All right, y'all get a two for today. All right, I'm doing this because I said I was going to do it over on Fake Book, but my sound get messed up over there. So before they start doing that to me over here in Tickety Talk Land, let's just do a quick little assessment of what possibly might be coming up in the energy for planet Earth in 2024. But if you look at the picture I put up, I forgot to put it up on TikTok. I'll put it up. But if you look at the picture, when you do get a chance to see it, I started with 2023, December 2023. As I put in the caption on the other post, it was 2023. As far as December, December hosts the winter solstice. That turn of the wheel that we call the winter solstice, 12/21, the beginning of winter. That to me energetically is the end of the year. That's when you're supposed to be planting your seeds for what you want to see in spring, basically the vernal equinox. So that for me in an energetic sense is the true days of the dead. In December, all that shit that I need to be killing got to go away. All that stuff I plan on manifesting or maintaining as my systems of abundance, I need to be making sure that I got all that stuff leveled off properly. So not doing the proper work in December can set you up for failure in January. Sticking with Gregorian calendar. So even though the new year doesn't traditionally begin until March, the vernal equinox, that full moon around that time, in our human mindset, January is the beginning of the year. So again, if you haven't done the work in December, you think about it. What people don't even understand as a ritual, what they tell you to make a New Year's resolution on December 31st, make your resolution of what you want to carry into the new year. The winter solstice, that's really where that shit come from. December 21st, you're supposed to be making a resolution to invest in only the things that are going to show you what you want to see. It's not just wish wailing and begging and praying and writing petitions. This is, no, get off your ass and do the work. You know, the ancestral way, the animistic way before this new age complacency. You actually had to put in some work if you wanted to see something. Not just go to the grocery store and get it. You probably had to grow it or build it. You understand what I'm saying? So thinking in that old sense of I got to do some work, December 21st and 2023 is going to show you where you need to do some work. How do I know what work I need to do? You might ask. Look at everything that came before it. Everything that you've been going through this year. And some of us didn't go through anything. That's fine. That's a beautiful thing. In most cases. If you didn't go through anything, then the seeds I plant might want to be the same ones I planted the year before so that I maintain with the adjustment of probably planting something more so I get to a higher level. If all I did was go through some bullshit all year long, I might not want to include those same seeds. So looking at my chart that I have up here, I use the major arcana. So the 0 card, the Fool card, that represents December of 2023. Why? Because you're going to trick yourself into going on a journey. You're going to trick yourself into taking a direction. If you understand anything about the Fool card, traditionally it's the person with the knapsack, one leg off the cliff, the other one still on the road, because it's his or her divine right to make a choice. The winter solstice, you better make a choice. So instead of using cards on top of cards, I'll use a domino on top of the card. So the domino for December, 28. My number system, that is the influence over what is getting created. That is the Queen of Waters. It's what I affectionately call the siren. It's the voice in my head. The voice in your head really is the one that has the largest influence on your experience. Whoever has your head, if you want to go ATR with it, who has your Ori and all this other shit, who got your head, who gonna tell you how you need to do things. Whoever got your head really has you. Whoever has your head, whatever voice is getting your head the most, that's who have you. Religiously, whatever you're investing in has you. Traditionally, occult-wise, whatever you invest in the most has you. Taking it outside of spirituality, whatever life is showing you the most things that the things you pay attention to the most, that's your biggest distractions. We sit there and say this shit all the time, man. Every year they give us a distraction. What they distracting us from? They distracting us from ourselves by paying attention to what they're putting in front of us and thinking that there's something else they're hiding. It's to the point where you ain't got to hide nothing. You know, speaking Illuminati wise and all that other shit, you don't have to hide anything any day. I mean, nowadays, you can tell somebody the truth and they either ain't going to believe it or they're going to believe it and not do anything different. So December is going to show you where it's your free will to stay in a cycle of distraction because you haven't been motivated enough to make a move. How that plays out into this 2024, if all you've been doing is paying attention to distractions, come January, you already split. So if you would look at this chart when I put it up here, December showed you in wholeness, the Fool card. Every month after, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the next 6 months after that, no, the next 5 months after that show you in division. So the Magician and the High Priestess rule over January. The Magician, the person, she knowing everything. The Magician is supposed to know everything that's going on. The High Priestess, she's supposed to have a connection to what's running the whole show. My issue with that is that if you're not running the show, you're already subjected to somebody else's game. So run your own show. And then what I know as a magician should only be me. But that's hard for some of y'all. So really, knowledge will have you connected to what's already got you distracted. Knowledge will have you connected to what's already got you distracted. That's the 14 in reverse. You see a 41, it's really a 14 in reverse. Patience. You're too patient for what you think you know, but yet what you think you know have not taken you and shown you anything different. That is a bad January. That is my potential. That magician that's supposed to be running the show in January, it's already trapped. What's it already trapped by? It's trapped by everything that allowed distracted in December. So my if I was to turn this into a prediction, let's just say next month might show us more shit than we're ready to see. Next month might show us even more distractions than what we've been shown all year long. And it's only going to make you feel more oppressed and depressed by what's going on. Tie that into psychology. Already, these last 3 to 4 months of the year are your depression months. From September, October, November, December is when people go into states of depression. So if you're already in depression and then there's only more suppression and oppression, what do you think happens? Even a strong mind get weak. And that's the dangerous thing out here is in 2023, the year of self-awareness, we've watched a lot of people who we thought have strong minds show us just how much battles they have within. We've watched some of the strongest people in our own personal circles or people who we thought was strong out here in this world, celebrities and shit like that. You watched all the motherfuckers fall apart. You watched the government fall apart right on national TV. Having strokes and shit. Why? Because of the way that they're running their energy. So that 41, 4 plus 1, 5. How you moving? January is going to show you how you moving, but if you're not aware that December already told you it was your choice, you're already distracted. You're distracted and you're just going to go with the flow. 14 in reverse, where it should be patience. I should be getting tempered into becoming hardened within myself. I'm still malleable. You understand that? If you were a metallurgist, you heat the iron and then you temper it and make it turn into a blade. You still malleable. You haven't got hardened up enough to stop being formed. You just take your energy everywhere. So January will show where they probably are going to take a lot of people's energy everywhere. That'll lead you into February, which is ruled by 3, the Empress. And 4, the Emperor. God damn, that's a lot of rules. February is going to show you where there might be a lot of things ruling over you energetically, and it's all going to be based off of 3, your thoughts, and 4, what you keep calling balance. Remember, this all started in December with a distraction. If the distraction has made me become patient with being distracted, it's a bad business. It's a bad business. You already become the magician. Only you might be the trick. You get it? My magic is trapped in this lower realm and I ain't seen nothing above it because I'm probably already the fool. You understand that? February can show you where you ain't communicating with nothing and you're being ruled over by your potential. It ain't that something or somebody else is ruling over us. It's just that we won't stand up for ourselves. You get that? You can point the finger at who you think is doing something to you, but what have you done for yourself to put yourself and your people in a better situation? We can blame people all day long, but if we're not doing anything to change it, then you already gave away the divine rights. That'll lead into March. March is it's a dangerous month because it's also the nexus point between the ending and the beginning. Energetically, it's the nexus point, the vernal equinox between death and life. It's the nexus point between winter and spring. So that's where a lot of stuff kind of like runs backwards. It's the, we'll call that the last minute assessment. And energetically by the major arcana, it's ran by the 5 and the 6, which affectionately, when I tell you I see the number 56, I call it MAC. I call it making a choice. When you see 5 and 6 together, you better make a choice. Because 5 told you to move and 6 said you're going to end up traumatized if you're not aware of your movements. And that plays out right here in March. You could end up traumatized if you're not aware of how you're moving, because 5, the teacher's energy, the lessons you keep going through, become 6, the things you love. Anybody familiar with Stockholm Syndrome? Munchausen by proxy? Where you go through so much abuse that you now start to identify with the abuser. In some levels, you will protect the abuser because you're at a state of thinking that the abuser is better for you than not knowing what comes next. That's played out in history. You have a chance to be free, but I'm not sure what's going to happen if I be free, so I'm just going to sit here and be willingly enslaved. In some senses, that's where society is at. You don't want to try anything different. You're just going to keep on trying the same shit and hoping that one of these times change come by using the same shit. So March will show you where that nexus point of where you should be choosing between life and death, you're probably more favorable to death because you already have an acquaintance with it. Oops, you already have an acquaintance with it. 12, you are already caught in the ritual. It's your hang-ups. It's the hangman. I am hung up on the shit that's killing me and not realizing that in December I'm supposed to be letting go of the shit that's killing me so I can now nurture the shit that will show me life. That I keep on trying to nurture the shit that's killing me, waiting on it to show me life. Self-sabotage. You make a choice. If you choose in between your abuser instead of that which could set you free, you become your own abuser. Your 1-2 punch. The whole problem is, 2, I'm more connected to the potential of what things can be than the realization of what they are. That is where people are going to go back through the same cycles. Again, tying this into a prediction. In March, you're going to see people still doing the same stuff, making condonement for why we have to still keep doing things the same, why we can't do anything different, and then go right back in their homes or in their businesses and complain about not getting any change. So from there, in March, that's where you hit the real New Year point. You're going to hit, at that point, the Paschal Moon, your Easter, your resurrection point in April. In April, you are fully immersed into the new year. That is traditionally where you hear me say, at least for the last 4 years, that is the paradigm shift point. That is where if I have properly honored death in December, by the time I get to April, I should be seeing new life, because that is fully into spring. The flowers should be coming up. But if all I did was plant weeds, the flowers get choked out. You don't paradigm shift, you paradigm shit on yourself. Why? Because of the F. You fucked yourself. So in April, probably fucked ourselves, because we do it every year and then we'll glamorize why things are better, because you'll always include in some magnificent level of forces that are there giving you downloads and upgrades and DNA code shifts, and the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, the Atlanteans, the Anunnaki. You'll come up with all kind of shit that you telling you that is there working for you, but ain't none of them ever showed up. They just showing up in your head where the whole battle is. In April, you'll be in your head. You'll be in your head, 9, totally programmed and totally controlled, and ain't seeing nothing higher because you keep hiring everything down here that keeps you trapped within yourself. You are totally mind, body, and soul stroked. You are totally 111. You are totally 333. You are totally 999. You are every sense of these angel numbers that you keep on investing in. At that point, you need a sign. In April, you're going to need a sign, but you ain't ready to be the whole message. That'll be what's going on. In April, people will be looking for a sign, and they will trick and tell themselves what they are seeing is designed to help them, but you still ain't done nothing to help yourself. So April, buckle up. You ain't seen nothing higher. You just keep on hiring everything that's already got you under control. And as I said, 7 and 8 is running in April. That is the Chariot card, where you're supposed to be working off of your 7, awareness of self. But if all 2023 you ain't done no work on yourself, you're only aware of your traumas. And 8, that's your traumas. That's your struggle. 8 is the strength card. I'm strong enough to stay ahead of my traumas. Yeah, but are you strong enough to get rid of them? That's a challenge to all of you. You may be stronger than your traumas, but are you smart enough to let them go? Or are you forever going to be Atlas, holding that shit up, unable to move, but got enough strength to not be defeated? That's a battle that you should not be fighting. You should not carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You shouldn't be carrying the weight of the world at all. You should stop waiting and set yourself free. But if you've been following me for years, I already tell you, you get a reprieve. April, you hit your paradigm shift part. And in May, you hit your Scorpio death moon. What comes to life still has a foothold in death. My mothers, you should know that. You should know that. People tell y'all that for years. When you bring a child in this world, you actually go across the dimensional veil to bring that spirit in. You die when you give birth. In the sense of a collective consciousness, in April, we die. That seed that we planted in December, that's that nexus point. We're going to get a chance to die to everything that was killing us. But if I held on more to what was killing me than what could have set me free, it was all me. But coming back into existence, in May, you still have a chance to die to it. We'll call that the lemon law. Like, say, for example, in a lot of states, you buy a used car. If something goes wrong within the first 30 days, you have the right to take it back to the seller. This is the universe in experience right here is the selling point. What I've allowed to distract me is everything that became my ritual and I invested in because I feel like it's controlling me. In May, when I get to that death moon, I can take it back or holy shit, I can become it. Death becomes us. Why? Because traditionally, we don't know how to let go. That's the whole problem is you don't know how to let go. So in May, you don't know how to let go. You become your own devil. Holy shit, 15 in reverse. I become my own devil because my potential was telling me that I should be moving higher, but the potential that was telling me to move higher was already trapped in the lower realms. That's why I keep trying to tell you, this is a lower vibrational realm. This is not the high vibrational realm. This is the lower vibrational realm. This is a realm of multiplicity because here you can do anything. The problem with doing anything is that everything gets done and not all things should be done. So when you get into your May, your death point, you become your own devil. But again, for some of us, because not all of us are going to get caught in that trap, for some of you in May of next year, you might start to see, holy shit, I've been doing this to myself. I'm my own Satan. I am my own adversary. Now let me become my own advocate. You understand that? I've been doing things based off of what's been distracting me and controlling me, and I got caught up in a ritual sacrificing my power. So instead of, again, it's the same shit I tell y'all every day, stop calling your power back, stop being the source. So in May, when it comes to the time where some of you might need to die to some shit, you might actually realize, holy shit, I was the one killing me. I was the one killing me because I kept giving my time and attention to a distraction that I didn't let go of way back in December. So like I said, with that May Scorpio death moon, that shows you life and death. June becomes the end of the lemon law. Remember I just told you a second ago, you got 30 days to figure out whether this shit is a successful vehicle or it was a lemon purchase. On day 30, when you get into that June moon, which if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a flower moon. When you get into that flower moon, you're getting ready to start eating some fruits. So June goes right back into singularity in the form of duplicity. June takes you back to whereas December showed you where you're going to fool yourself. June says you better make a choice between what's already fooled you. June takes you into 11. You're going to make justifications. You know what? Yeah, the engine light keep coming on, but I just know I just need to change a couple of gaskets. So I'm going to keep the car. versus know what the light keep coming on, and no matter how much oil and water I put in it, that motherfucker keep breaking down. So since it ain't working for me, let me get rid of it. Some of you will just get frustrated and say, well, I don't know how to get rid of it, so I'm just going to let it sit out there and I'm going to still make the payments. Bad energetic investment. Bad energetic investment. Bad energetic investment. So June is going to show you where the only thing that you're struggling with is the struggles you keep for yourself. There ain't nothing higher doing this to you or for you. All your struggles are within. All your struggles in June take place with the shit that you keep on justifying. The battles you keep picking up, the wars you keep on fighting when they ain't fighting for you. They just require your energy. So in June, if you out here bandwagoning for something that you should be stepping away from, again, you're your own source of harm, your own source of struggle. And as you'll hear me say, sometimes we are our own fuckery. In June, that shit gonna prove true. June of 2024, you're gonna see where a lot of people are screwing themselves over and they don't know how to get off the battlefield. Why? Because July. July. Do you lie in July? Or is it just a July? I don't know. But 12 and 13 run July. 12, the hangman, the things that got you in a ritual, you know, the shit that rewrote every story there is known into mankind's history and changed it to the point to where you can't figure out who you are, and then they burnt the book so that they forget who you were too. Hello, fellow military people. If you had anything as far as espionage training, sometimes the best way to, we ain't gotta go military. Practitioners, what do you do with a petition? You burn it. You burn it and you get rid of the original petition. You should get rid of the original petition so you don't remember what you petitioned. That way you don't get in your head and disrupt your own magic. You get where I was going with that? If you're still holding on to the ritual and you're watching what you keep on ritualizing to see if you're going to see something different, you'll keep on seeing the same. Why? Because you already got in your own way. Sacrifice my needs to what I've already manifested, and then I might get to see it. I don't know. In July, if you stop being the lamb and start being the shepherd, you might get out of a couple of rituals. You might meet 13. You might get out of the ritual and get to see where, holy shit, I need to transmute some of the things that I've been investing in. So in July, the ritual that has you on a system of sacrifice needs to get transmuted. Needs to get transmuted. 56. Remember I told you wherever you see 56, call that making a choice. July, you have to make a choice. Are you going to keep letting what's lying to you and us be what lies, or are you going to now stand up for your own truth? So in July, this planet might have to stand up to its own truth because it's going to have to make a choice. Why? Because what's been railroading us, what has us in that 11, that separation point, what has us in separation might be the only thing moving us. And if it's the only thing moving us, 5 plus 6 is 11. Holy shit. It's the only shit we keep justifying. A lot of you justify your ritual. You justify the ritual of the things you go through because you've developed a sense of complacency and normalcy. And one thing you hear me say all the time is until you become uncomfortable being comfortable, you'll keep on doing the same. Until you become uncomfortable being comfortable, you keep on doing the same. Biggest example I can give to that is think about Nazi Germany around 41, 42, when they was watching the extermination camps and the segregation camps and all this other shit. And people were like, well, that ain't got nothing to do with me, so it's fine. And then they went to their neighbor's house and holy shit, that motherfucker got picked up too. Well, it still ain't got nothing to do with me and it was fine. And then holy shit, the other neighbor got picked up. It ain't got nothing to do with me, it's fine. And then they got picked up and it was like, why won't anybody help us? Hello, America. Moving on to August. So named after a ruler. Hello to August. Ruled over by the patience card and the devil card. where you are patiently waiting on something to help you, but you won't do anything to help yourself until it's too late. So in August of 2024, you keep sitting and watching and being patient for everything that's going on. By the time what or who you think is coming to help you, it's already too late. It's already too late. 4-6, or like I told you, 6-4. 6-4 get you put in the game. This will leave you put in the game because, again, back here, you was already supposed to be making a choice of what was railroading you and moving you. What was railroading you already got you trapped. So in August, you done sat too long and you watch shit just get to the point to where it's irrevocable. You understand that? That's in the sense of, let's just say, infection. Well, you know, I know I need to go to the doctor because my toe done turned green, baby, but I just ain't got time because I got to go to work tomorrow, but I'll be all right. I'll go to the doctor next week. But, Papa, your toe falling off and you ain't going to be able to work if you don't, you know, go get your body checked out. Yeah, but I got to work so that I can have the money to pay for this doctor. See, you caught in a conundrum. You making choices between the knife and the gun, and both of them going to get you fucked. So now your toe falling off because you done let the infection set in and didn't do nothing to save yourself because you was too busy trying to save the system that you thought that was designed to save you. Oops. So I'm just saying, when you get into September, you ruled over by the Tower card and the Star card. What's the Tower card? My chaos and my order. The things that's going on within me and the things I need to let go of. That's the Tower card. The Star card, everything that is showing me too much and everything that is showing me not enough. Enough. What am I starring in? You should be starring in your show that is showing you plentifulness. Not starring in the show that is showing you where others have plentifulness and you got to go on a journey to find it. That's a false journey. So in September, you might be falling prey to a false journey that is telling you that you still need to go on a struggle journey to find the things that are already innately within. We going backwards. We went from 11 to 10, and now we back here at 9. We back here at 9, but at least I ain't being railroaded. No, you ain't being railroaded no more. You already in the trap. You already in the trap. So when you get here to September, which September means 9. Septum means a divided tribe. If you do your research, the root word for September, septum, 9, divided tribe. Holy shit. In September, you might be trying to get rid of the things that you feel are separating you and you're trying to star in better shit. But some of the shit that you're trying to separate from is the shit that was really holding you together. Resonance only. We've all seen that, where somebody was trying to tell you something for your better good, but because it contradicts what you've already invested in, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Well, I'm just trying to tell you, look, I saw something. I even have picture proof of what you need to know. Nah, see, you trying to disrupt my home. You know, take that on a more intimate level. You trying to show me something that's going to mean I got to do some work on myself. Yeah, but I'm also trying to tell you that you being lied and deceived. Yeah, but see, you being an agent of destruction. No, okay. That's why, personally, I mean, I don't have friends on that level, but personally, I don't give a fuck if I catch you cheating. I'm not telling on you because it ain't my business. Ain't my business, because if that person ain't aware enough to catch you on their own, ain't my business what you doing. So you can get out here and you can understand that in September, you already trapped, and that's the only thing moving you is finding safety within the trap. Don't tell me nothing that's going to set me free. Just let me have my piece of cheese. Give me my piece of cheese. That's on you, player. Take you into October 2024. That's on you, player, because you ruled over by your emotions. The moon card and the sun card. And probably all three. Oops, sorry. So in October, where you don't understand that oct, as in octagon, you already ate. You're already in the struggle. You're already energetically in the struggle, and what we call October, Mental Awareness Month, because it's getting hard and heavy, because it leads into the alleged thinning of the veil and all this other shit, where now the spirits from other dimensions and other walks of ancestry are coming back over to visit you, because that's what they've accepted, embraced it in even their mindsets. That the illusion of separation rules over connectivity. In October 2024, That illusion that we accept as what keeps us separate is going to be the only thing that holds us together. Personally, I think that's a dangerous thing, because the way that can play out is people will only trust what or who they resonate with. But if, again, like I just have to give you an example, if the only thing I'm resonating with is my pain and my trauma, that can be very divisive. If the only thing you're doing is paying attention to people who believe the same way you believe, oh boy. 68. 68. That becomes a 14, which takes you back into being patient, but it also becomes a 5. You still gonna learn a lesson. Off the rip, the lower perspective, 8, you still struggling. But what you're struggling with, the higher perspective, the shit that's already got you railroaded. What's got me railroaded? The point of separation. So whatever could possibly be happening in June will still bear a large resonance on what's going on in October. In October, people are going to still be justifying why they're still doing the same shit. Oh, which takes us to that most glorious month of 2024, where you people are going to vote for a new master, because you still ain't willing to stop being a slave. So in November of 2024, you're going to figure out who's the next pedophile you're going to put in office, because you're going to be ruled over by the judgment card and the world card. The world that I'm judging as what I'm in is the world that I judge to be the safe one, while always complaining about how it ain't safe at all. You see the conundrum there? I'm telling myself that this ain't safe out here to keep on having this planet, but I ain't gonna do nothing different. I just want somebody else to have that level of responsibility. So let me hire somebody else in the same reflection component of what's wrong in this realm to make things right. It's like Dora hiring Swiper to stop swiping. Holy shit. Everything's been revealed, but yet you rejoice in what's burning you. Everything's been revealed, but you keep rejoicing in what's burning you. You're only struggling with what you think. You're only struggling with what's ruling over you. You're only struggling with what you marched into. And you're only struggling with what you gave rebirth rights to back in June. So energetically, your hot spots, if this again was a prediction level reading, March and June is going to show you some shit that you better pay attention to. April and May will be your way out, but if you invest so much on what's going on in March and June, it'll play out all the way until next December, where you'll set up the stage for 2025. Brief outlook at what December of 2024 might bring, because remember, this energetically is saying that by the time you get to November of next year, you better stop struggling with your separation, or else the only seeds you're going to plant is more separation. The only seeds you're going to plant is the ones you keep on manifesting. That 24 next year, 2024, is not only a 8, but is a 44. 44 is the master manifester. If you keep on masterfully manifesting a struggle, you did it to yourself. So 2024, watch out for only using the trap as what you see. Using the trap for what you see and using that as the format for how you get out. It ain't worked out for so many people. If the map for escape was given to you by the same person who put you in enslavement, should you trust it? A lot of y'all say yes, because your ego has not made it to a point to where you have enough discernment to stop doing foolish things, because you think that's your free will. It is. It's your free will to fool and fuck yourself by using the same shit that got you fucked and fooled.